Before we start building the arm, let me give you an overview of the built arm here. So it's basically 3 degree of freedom, which it has a 3 degree of freedom capability, and we have a gripper here, a wrist joint, an elbow joint, and a shoulder joint which goes to the body of the bot. And the arm itself is controlled by 4 servo motors which lie between the 2 base plates of the bot. So to build this we need few parts. So here's an overview of the parts which we are gonna use to build the arm today. So these parts were made using the laser cutters. These are the 3D parts which we built. In total we have 29 3D parts. We have few belts here. These are 55 teeth belt, and this is 30 teeth belt, and this is a 45 teeth belt. We have two rubber rings here, the shafts which we made, a lubricant, in our case which is a super lube synthetic grease, clippers, and screws with a screwdriver. So it's always better to start with the gripper to build the whole arm. So let's go step by step now. To start with the gripper, I will take the gripper holders first. Take the 0.72 inch shafts and insert it into the upper hole. I'll do the same thing to the other gripper holder. So once that's done, I'm gonna take the 1.44 inch shaft and insert it into the gripper roller. So when I have that in, I'm gonna take this roller. Make sure this roller has 2 cleavages here, and it should point in upward direction when you face the gripper towards you, like this. See that? So I'm gonna insert this into the inner hole of the gripper holder. So once that's done, I'm going to take these rubber rings and insert it inside. Make sure that this rubber ring goes into the deepest cleavage here. See, it should go to the inner ring here. And I'm gonna take this 256 3 by 16 inch nut and place it to the center hole of the gripper holder, and screw this here using a 256 3 by 4 screw. So this nut here holds the two gripper rollers firmly, and with this it's very easy to assemble the gripper. So when I have that here, I'm gonna take a 30 teeth ring or the belt. I'm gonna place it here like this, so it goes out the nut which we inserted now. So when we have that, I'm gonna take the other rubber. So take the second ring now and place it at this innermost platform of the gripper roller as we did to the other side. And as I said, make sure that the gripper roller, when faced toward you, this should point upwards. So I place the other side of the gripper roller into the gripper roller like this. Once we have that in, let me take the 256 3x4 inch screw and screw this nut here. So now we have our initial gripper assembled. As you can see, these rings goes deep into the rollers, gripper rollers, and I have my 30 teeth ring belt sticking up here. So once we have that now, I'll take the upper rollers of the gripper here. We have two of them. So as you can see, they are mirror image parts, but make sure that when you face these two parts towards your side, towards you, the orientation is in this way. See this? So let me do the first one. So I'm gonna twist this like this after inserting the ring, and after the twist I'm gonna put it to the roller like this. So as you can see, it's not in place, which we have to do now. So to put this rings in the place, we can use the clippers. Be careful that you don't break the rings. We have it in place, but you see this has to come over here, and this has to come face outward. So for that, we can try and twist the rollers and orient it in right direction. See, this has to face outward here when you and this roller has to come down. To make sure that the rollers won't fall apart when we are putting the other roller, I will use this plate to hold these rollers. I'm gonna remove this once I put the other roller. So we have this here now. Don't forget to put the 32 teeth ring belt inside. So once that's done, take the other roller and in similar fashion as we did the other side, twist it, put it into this shaft. So now I have the rollers in. I'm going to remove this. Make sure that you have the thicker side towards the left when you place it this way. So I'm gonna use 256 7x16 to screw this up now. So we have the initial gripper ready, but we need to work on the orientations still. So the proper orientations of the rollers would be these two has to come down a bit, and these holes have to face outward so that we can put the grippers on it or the end effectors on it. So we should try roll this up and try to slip the rings so that it comes to the orientation which we need. So after working on it a bit, I have the gripper rollers in place. As you can see, this comes to the bottom part and this goes to this outwards when you place this side. So it's a little bit off, but we can work on it more once we have the end effectors on the gripper rollers. So I'll take the end effectors of the gripper rollers. These are the grippers, two grippers. So I'm going to place it here on each roller and use 256 3x8 inch screws to tighten up. As you can see, there are 3 drill holes already on the rollers. I'm going to use them now. So now I'll take the other gripper. I'll do the same. So now we have the grippers here, but you can see that it's not in right orientations since the rollers are not in orientations. So what I'm gonna do is hold this belt and try to put it in right orientation. So now I think it's in the right places. This has to be at the closed position. This has to come down. So as you can see, at that position it's not closed. I'm gonna try to close it. The grippers are designed in such a way that when this is down, the grippers has to be closed so the calibration of the servos becomes easier. So with that, we have the gripper now ready. So let's build the rest of the arm. So now I have the gripper assembled. As you can see, when I pull this belt, it goes open and close. So now that's ready. We'll go with the wrist joint now. For that, I take these two plates, make sure that it's oriented this way and not the other way. The curvature goes out and the flat surface towards the gripper. So as we have already used the screw here, we need to remove it now to place these plates. I'll just do that. We could do this earlier. We could have done this earlier, but since I haven't done it, I'm doing it now. So I have that screw out now. I'm gonna place this here, put the screw back. Now for the other two holes, I'm gonna use two 56 7x16 screws. Screw it this way. And do the same thing to the other side of the gripper. Use the other plate and place it over here to the other side of the gripper. This way.